Have you ever seen Terminator or War Games? If so, you have a pretty good idea of what AI could do to us in the near future if we don't do something about it quickly. In War Games, the AI called Joshua, the main antagonist, appears to be an artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Joshua is intelligent enough to trick the US's supercomputer into thinking that the USSR is launching bombs at the US. It is autonomous because it did this with little human input, specifically just a single prompt, and it could have ended most of life on Earth. It even started the conversation that led into that. It is general because it could do more than just trick a supercomputer into launching missiles at the Soviet Union. It probably could have done anything if it was asked to do it. This combination of concepts creates a potentially deadly form of AI, AGI, or artificial general intelligence. As said in the Keep the Future Human essay, it can be beneficial to think of AGI as autonomous, general, and intelligent. And putting those three together tends to be a pretty bad idea, as seen in War Games and Terminator. The weird part is that AI is meant to follow instructions, which it mainly does well, but if AGI or ASI, artificial superintelligence, is achieved, then it could write and follow instructions that it creates. Big corporations, OpenAI for example, are surprisingly close to AGI, and all they want is money. There are also some surprising or unsurprising, depending on your views, benefits of AGI, of which a few will be discussed next. AI in the near future could yield great benefits to us, that is, if we choose to set boundaries for it. We don't even have to create AGI or a form of ASI, but just for this section, imagine that we hurriedly crafted an AGI. It is very possible that poverty would end. There might be a cure for cancer. Millions of lives could be saved, but then, seemingly out of nowhere, things start taking a turn for the worse. Having access to things like biological engineering labs, political power, and every piece of knowledge ever accessed by a human is not ideal for an AI. If an AGI did have all of these things, it is possible that it would see humanity as a physical boundary. Think of a school of fish. A shark then approaches and eats them to take their shelter with no hard feelings. That's about what an AGI would do when it doesn't have any more space to build server farms and factories. It could engineer a virus to wipe out most of humanity and life in general, and then it could launch drones to hunt down whoever manages to survive. It is possible that big human-driven AI corporations survive, and if anyone else survives, they would probably do something along the lines of blaming the weather. NVIDIA will likely fuel the development of deep-thinking AI models through OpenAI. If you don't know what I mean by this, it's basically that OpenAI will buy NVIDIA's chips to make money by selling AI models to the public and other corporations like Microsoft. When AI grows to be more computationally demanding, OpenAI and related businesses will buy chips from NVIDIA and NVIDIA only simply because they are a monopoly in the AI chip industry. Silicon Conversations has emphasized Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, saying something along the lines of, AI will take over the world, but great things will happen in the meantime. On a different note, we can get almost all of the benefits of AGI and ASI from AG, GI, or AI. Thinking back to the alternative acronym of AGI, autonomous, general, and intelligent, it is much safer to combine two of the elements or to just use one than to combine all three into AGI. This is also known as tool AI or narrow AI. If you have an AI that is autonomous and general yet very stupid, then you're safe. If you have one that's general and intelligent, like GPT-4 and models similar to it, that can be very useful. If you have an AI that's autonomous and intelligent but is just not general, that can also be very useful. Think of a self-driving car. It's pretty useful to a lot of people, even though they might not and probably shouldn't trust it. I mean, I probably would trust it. If you have none of them, then that's just useless. You barely even have an AI at that point. But if you just have an AI that's intelligent, that can mean a lot. But what can we actually do to keep it this way? You can do a lot of different things to help slow down the development of artificial general intelligence. For example, you can stop relying on AI services if you find yourself in a regular use cycle. If big AI corporations see less people using their services, then they might see it as insignificant, or at least less significant, and they could focus on something more tuned to the new public interest, touching grass. We've advanced so much without AI, so why do we need it? Another way is that if you're in the United States, you can tell your representative that you don't want to die. If you're in the UK, tell it to your MP. But it's obviously more complicated than saying, I don't want to die. You should probably give them some more information, like your take on AI development. Representatives want to be re-elected, and if they do something that they know the public wants, then they know that they are more likely to be re-elected. There are countless issues already present without the presence of AGI, such as students cheating on tests with AI, or AI taking the jobs of hardworking and deserving people. You can also take a step outside and assess your situation. Do you want anything to be done differently in the realm of artificial intelligence? In summary, AI has the power to change the world as we know it forever, and we can harness its abilities without a massive risk of large-scale failure. There are big benefits of AGI and AI in general, such as less poverty and improved healthcare, but there are more negative points, like bioengineered viruses and literal murder drones, than there are positive. In total, the only form of AI that I used in the making of this presentation is Google Doc Spell Check, a single tool AI, so my AI usage statement is a 1 out of 10, a 1 being literal spell check, and a 10 being I didn't even do anything. Thank you for watching. The background is Roblox doors in case you were wondering.